Hey, what is going on everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to Crafted Chaos. Now, we are in very tight competition with vanilla Minecraft right now because the 1.21 update did just release, and it added the crafter, which is very similar over here to our mechanical crafter that we have. Just not this big. It is an automated crafting machine that can be fully, well, automated. So we have a lot of work to do so that we can pull ahead in the competition with that. Today we are doing our Create Endeavors Part 2. We are building a steam engine because these water wheels just aren't cutting it. They are turning way too slow for all of our energy needs, our rotational force needs that we have here in the factory so far. I built a wall right here to section off our create area from the rest of our factory floor. To start today's episode, we need to make a bunch of sheets. We have some iron sheets already. We need a lot of copper sheets as well. So let's go ahead and get some of these going here in our crafting grid, and we will throw those right back in there. So we are making a handful of items. We are making fluid pipes, mechanical pumps, the fluid tank right there, and the steam engine right here. We are also making blaze burners. We are going to make 9 of these and travel into the nether so that we can fill them. That is what we will use to heat our steam engine. And then we will have lava that feeds into those blaze burners. Alternatively, we could explore making blaze cakes, but that might be a little complicated. Well, we might be okay. It is lava into a blaze cake base that will then feed into the blaze burner. And for this, it is cinder flour, which is made from netherrack, sugar, and an egg. The sugar we can obviously create from our nature essence, however we make sugar cane. I'm assuming it's one of these vertical... Okay, it is a lot more nature essence than I thought, but we can create all of the sugar that we need. It is the egg that I am a little concerned about. We have 59 here. To make those, we need chicken essence, which I suppose maybe we could take a stab at today with our soul extractor and all of that. But the reason for using blaze cakes instead of lava is they will burn significantly hotter, which allows us to get more steam and thus more energy out of our steam engine. These do have a maximum size, but they are optimized at different sizes. So we will make the maximum size, which is a 3x3 and 8 blocks tall of the fluid tanks. The blaze burners will go underneath, and then we can have all of our steam engines built on the outside of it right here that we have. And these will spin significantly faster than our cogs attached to our water wheels, which will make production not only faster and more efficient, but also more effective. So we will begin by setting up our lava. Now, this is going to be our main source of, at least initially, of the heat, and we will do this with dripstone. Now, we have a wooden floor on the second level of our factory, which is a little bit problematic for us. I think we'll just go with some cobbled deep slate here. We can turn that into polished, and we will turn these into bricks. That'll look a little bit nicer. And we will place this down probably over here in this corner, far away from the wood. I think we'll go with a 5x5 area for this. We might even place it outside if we can get out. There we go. I think we will put it out here. I think that would be a little bit safer. So we'll clear away some of this grass just so it doesn't ignite. Not that it would burn anything, but we just don't need any extra flames today. And we will take our deep slate bricks and arrange these in a 5x5 pattern right above where we would want our hoppers, or not hoppers, our dripstone and cauldrons to be. So maybe something like this. And we only have 16 dripstone, so I think I will set out and get a little bit more. So now we can finish placing these down, and we can get our cauldrons into place, which will feed our lava directly into them. From there, we will pump the lava out, and those will go into the blaze burners. Or alternatively, they will be used in a spout to make our blaze cakes. But again, those are a little bit complicated, and I really don't think we will need that much power for a little while. So we have 4 cauldrons, we need 21 more. We'll just get these placed underneath all of the dripstone here, and we can build the barrier so our lava doesn't spill over and ruin everything. Alright, so I currently have 9 buckets of lava, which means we will have to wait for a little bit more. And it looks like we already have some lava coming through into our cauldrons, so we can just utilize that to finish these last few blocks. And there we go. Alright, so now it is time to pump this lava toward where our steam engine will be. Now, the factory in here is large enough to house it, but it would take up a lot of our usable space. So what I'm thinking instead is we will go right over here into this corner that we have next to our smokestacks over here, and we will just build it up in this corner. It won't be taller than the tallest part of the factory right here, or I should say the shortest part of the factory, so it will stay pretty concealed, but it will give us easy access to attach our steam engines themselves to the reservoir tank and get power that way. So let's go ahead and craft all of our fluid tanks, and we can even go ahead and craft our blaze burners as well. So our fluid tanks, we will need 72 of these, which means we need 72 barrels. Let's see how many of these we can make. Well, there's 4. We'll just make a handful of... We cannot turn those into slabs, can we? We'll make a handful of stone slabs here, or oak slabs. There we go, 1 stack plus 8, and hopefully we have enough iron sheets. It looks like we will just be short, or these are copper sheets actually, which I think we did make enough of. Yes, we did. And then we need to make our blaze burner. So let's go into the create page here and craft 9 of these. We need some netherrack, not a problem at all. And we will make 9 of these. So we'll head outside, we will place down our fluid tanks first, and then we will head back into the nether where we can capture our blazes. So again, I think we will put this right here in this corner. We will have our blaze burners right here, and then we will get our fluid tanks placed on top, and we can remove the ground underneath here. There we go. And we will put our blaze burners under there. We will have to do that one more time so that we can have our pumps go into there as well, or our pipes that we will have from the pumps over here at the lava farm. So let's head into the nether now and capture our blazes. And the nether definitely has a very cool aesthetic with the shaders. So there we go, sentient fireplace, obtain a blaze burner, and we will just continue to fly around and capture them if I can get up to them. I really need to change my jetpack hotkeys so that W and S help me to go down, because this is not working. I have to use the arrow keys, and I cannot control my mouse, arrows, and direction movement all at the same time. But this is working pretty well, and we have good armor, so I'm not too concerned about it. So we are up to 6 now, we just need 3 more. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Alright, let's get home. So as was mentioned previously, our blaze burners will go underneath our fluid tanks, and we will build these all the way up to 8 blocks tall, which I think... Oh, yes, there we go. Alright, 8 blocks tall, this is the max capacity. Now, we need to make sure that we get enough water going into this, so we will need a few pumps for that, and hello. And we will have that come from a small lake right over here. I think, if I remember from testing, either 4 or 9 pumps was enough to supply that with all the water that we needed, and that was with the blaze cakes, which burn even hotter, so I think we will be okay. But over here, the lava, this is our next order of business. So I'm gonna go grab a shovel because we have a lot of dirt to move. And all of these will go out into one single pump that will go all the way to the blaze burners. So now we need to make all of those pumps and the fluid pipes as well. And those will be made with more copper. So I think we need the pumps for the pipes for the pumps, so we will make a handful of these. And then for the pumps, we will need, I'm trying to do the math in my head here, I know we will need 25 for the cauldrons, and we need to make some more small cogwheels. And then we will need probably 9 for the water. It could be 4, but I think we are just going to err on the side of caution here. And now I think we will need a few more pumps because we used up most of what we had. Or pipe. I keep saying pump. That might be enough, but I think we will need more actually. We will just make what we can with our remaining copper sheets. So we will start with all of our pumps. We want to make sure that the arrow is facing down, which it is. These of course will need power to operate, but our our generator up here, the steam engine, should be fully self-sustainable. Once we get it up and running with a hand crank, then the water and lava will pump into it automatically, and it will just run in a continuous cycle, since we will have both an infinite water and infinite lava source. So now we can place down all of our pumps, or pipes, I keep calling them pumps, and we will route these over to our generator, or our blaze burners more specifically. I think we can just feed these right through the water. I don't think there is any problem with that. And these pumps should, although they are not, going into the blaze burners, and I'm not sure why. It is possible that we will need more mechanical pumps facing into those, so I will try that. And I'm sure that will probably do the trick. So there we go, we will get all of those burners into place and get the rest of our fluid pipes placed under there, which will connect up to those pumps and route to our lava. So we've taken care of the lava side, we've taken care of our tank capacity side. Now all that is left is our water source. And what I might actually do instead is, I believe we have cooking for blockheads, which means we should have the kitchen sink. Arguably one of the most powerful blocks in all of Minecraft. It is a fully infinite water source contained within the tap. So let's craft one of these real quick with some water, terracotta, and iron, and we can head right out here. I think we will make a second door right here. That's convenient. And now, if we place that down, put a fluid pipe right there, and turn that on, I think once again we will need a pump coming out of this kitchen sink, but that's okay. We can afford that. In fact, we could probably leave the sink right where it is and just have the mechanical pump face into the fluid tank. Now, when we power this, that should fill up with water. When we power this, that will fill this pipe up with lava. And when we power, I'm a little stuck here. There we go. When we power these, the blaze burners will then fill up with the lava that comes through the pipe, and we should have an effective steam engine. Now we have to make the engine portion itself, and that should hopefully be pretty simple for us. It looks like we need a copper block, not a problem at all, and then we can move all of those items, and there we go. We have our steam engine. We also need a shaft for this. So this will be placed down right here on the side. The shaft will be placed like that, and now we can connect more shafts going all the way into our factory, and that will effectively spin up all of our items. I will just reroute these so that they are connected to where our water wheels are currently feeding into the walls. That way we don't have to move everything around on the inside. We can probably get rid of these right now though, including the water source, which will make things a little bit easier around here in this area. We'll get rid of that water wheel as well, and if we get some cogs out here, we can just connect both of those shafts the way they need to be. This one over here is just connected to the crusher though. That one doesn't necessarily have to be at a super high speed. We will ultimately reroute everything, but for now, we are gonna let that run as it is. And there we go. We now have all of our information from the tank now that we have our engine on here. As you can see, the size is 100% green. That means it is fully maxed out. Our water is at 0. That is because there is no water in here. And our heat is at 1, presumably just from the environment, but I'm not sure. Nonetheless, once we get everything going in here, this will start to rotate, and we can connect this back to all of our pumps. The easiest way to do that will be to make a couple more steam engines that we can connect our shafts to. So we will place one of them right, well, where do we want to put this? Right here maybe, and then, I think that needs a little bit more space. So I think if we just place another one right there, that will be just fine. And then that will be able to turn. Let's grab some cogs. Do I have any? I do not. We will place our cogs adjacent to the pump right here. And this will connect into this shaft. And we should get enough energy that we can have multiple engines all connected to this, and it will not be a problem. Now, if we tried to connect everything to one single engine right here, that would create some issues, but I think we are going to have enough power that we can get away with multiple. Now, the real problem becomes connecting these pumps all the way over here, which I did not really think through. But I guess if we place enough cogs here, it won't be a problem. In fact, we can just place these on top of our pipes right here, and these will go all the way across to this end. We will hopefully have enough energy for this. If not, we will rework it a little bit. So now, as long as these cogs all right here are spinning, both the pumps will be functional and the blaze burners. So that lava is filling up. There will be enough to fill all 9 of these blaze burners now. And let's see if we can get away with this engine powering those cogs as well. So we will have a large cog wheel turned on its side, and then a small cog right there, and that should spin everything. This is very janky, that is for sure, but I don't know, I think it might work. Let's give it a shot and see how it goes. So of course we have to start with a hand crank. I don't think we made a hand crank last time, but what this allows us to do is just manually turn our machines. So I think it is somewhere right up here. Here it is, the hand crank. It is just 8 RPMs versus what could be 256 at its most efficient level. We're gonna kickstart this with a bucket of lava placed manually. So we will place this into our blaze burner. This is not working at all. But as long as this functions as it needs to, we will be able to conceal all of that and not have to worry about it. So let's heat up one blaze burner. We will see our heat hasn't really changed, but I think that will maybe be okay. And now, if we remove this cog, because we will not be able to hand crank all of these cogs right here, so we will delete that one and then hand crank this, what we should see is now our steam engine is moving. When we place a cog, we weren't fast enough. We have to be very quick because it will burn the water pretty fast. So once again, we will hand crank this. As soon as we see our steam engines start to turn, we can get this cog placed down. And I think we are overstressed on this engine just a little bit. I think we need a little bit more heat, so we are going to add some more lava to these blaze burners down here, and that should hopefully give us enough energy to get more of these engines spinning up. So now we have a little bit more heat. Now if we hand pump the water here, well, we are still not... That one is spinning, but we are still not spinning the way I want. I think we just need more water inputs. So let's make a few more pumps and a few more kitchen sinks. And we will see if this does the trick. So we should hopefully still be able to hand crank this. It doesn't look like we can though. Okay, I think what we need to do is connect some of these small cogs going this way, and those will connect to these pumps because that one was spinning up before. And now we can have a separate pump over here that we can hand crank with our kitchen sink. And this should hopefully do the trick. So in theory, we will hand crank this. We still have our heat in there from the blaze burners. Those still have a ways to go, I think. When we turn this, that will of course pump. Hopefully it will spin this shaft right up there, which will turn all of these gears, spin those pumps. We will get more of an inflow of water and thus creating more steam to hopefully spin this right here, and that will hopefully connect over there. Let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. It is all trial and error with this mod, and I see these pumps turning now. Let's get these cogs connected quickly before that burns out. Hey everyone, sorry to interrupt me from the future here. So this episode today got to be almost 50 minutes long, which is very lengthy. So I have decided to chop it in half. Today, this episode is part 1, well, I guess technically part 2A of our create endeavors. Next episode will be part 2B. I hope this doesn't cause too many issues with everyone, but I just didn't want to publish a 50-minute episode. And to make up for it, I did also mention this in the next episode. I will be doing a third bonus part on the create mod, so we can expect that after part 2B. But if you enjoyed today's episode, definitely hit that thumbs up button and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. Check the description for some more important information, links, how to contact me, all of that good stuff. And with all of that being said, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye.